through the lens, documenting the stories of migration and immigration. Migration and immigration have shaped humanity's history. Across centuries and continents, individuals and families have moved in search of safety, opportunity, and belonging. In today's world, these stories are as urgent and complex as ever. As documentary photographers, we have a powerful tool to explore and share these narratives. Through a camera lens, we can capture moments of profound loss, resilience, hope, and joy, offering a window into the realities of those who leave everything behind to start anew. These images do more than a record. They humanize. They challenge stereotypes, spark empathy, and remind us of the universal desire for a better life. The first step, leaving home. Every migration story begins with a choice or a necessity. For many, leaving home is not a decision taken lightly, but a matter of survival. War, persecution, economic instability, and environmental disasters often force people to leave behind everything they know. Others migrate by choice, seeking better opportunities for themselves and their families. Capturing the moment of departure is both poignant and complex. The camera finds stories of heartbreak and courage in the tearful goodbyes at bus stations or airports, the shadows of empty homes, and the faces of those carrying their lives in a single bag. A photograph of a child clutching a cherished toy as their family packs up, or an elder gazing out at their village for the last time, tells 1,000 stories of what is left behind. But there is also hope. These images often show the resilience required to take the first step into the unknown. The journey between borders. The journey of migrants and refugees is often grueling and dangerous. Whether they are crossing seas, trekking through deserts, or navigating endless paperwork at immigration offices, this phase is endurance and vulnerability. For many, it is the most perilous part of their story. As photographers, documenting this phase requires care and tact. It's essential to respect the dignity and privacy of those facing such hardships, while still shedding light on their conditions. A wide-angle shot of a crowded boat rocking on turbulent seas can speak volumes about the risks people take to escape their circumstances. Close-ups of weary faces tell personal stories of determination. But amid the struggle, there are moments of humanity. A father shielding his child from the rain under a shared plastic sheet. A group of strangers helping each other climb over a border fence. The journey is often as much about survival as community and solidarity. The destination, arrival and integration. Arriving in a new country is only the beginning of a different struggle. For migrants and refugees, the challenges of integration are often underestimated. Learning a new language, navigating unfamiliar systems, and dealing with prejudice can make starting over daunting. Yet, it is also a time of hope and opportunity. Photographing this phase reveals the strength it takes to rebuild a life. Images of parents walking their children to school, a newly naturalized citizen holding their certificate with pride, or a bustling market run by immigrant entrepreneurs showcase the resilience of those starting anew. Integration is not a one-way street. Community events, cultural festivals, and neighborhood gatherings highlight how migrants enrich their new homes while preserving their cultural identities. A photo of a Syrian refugee teaching children to play traditional music, or a Haitian chef introducing local diners to the flavors of their homeland, shows how cultures can coexist and thrive. Stories of resilience beyond the struggle. Migration is often framed as a story of hardship, but it is also a story of triumph. Documentary photography should strive to capture both sides of this narrative. There are struggles, but there are countless moments of joy, resilience, and success. Consider the photograph of a young woman graduating from college, the first in her family to do so, after arriving as a refugee just a few years earlier. Or the smile of an elderly immigrant teaching their grandchildren the recipes of their homeland, These moments of celebration reveal the strength and determination of those who have endured so much. The ethics of migration photography. Photographing migrants and refugees comes with significant ethical responsibilities. Consent and respect are paramount. These are not just subjects for a lens, but individuals with stories, dignity, and agency. Photographers must approach their work humbly, building trust and understanding with those they photograph. Context is also critical. A single photograph can shape public perception, so providing depth and nuance is essential. Avoiding stereotypes and cliches ensures that the images you capture honor the complexity of migration and the people living it. Why these stories matter. In an era where political rhetoric often dehumanizes migrants and refugees, photography can be a powerful counterpoint. It can bring humanity to abstract statistics, putting faces and names to the numbers. A compelling image can evoke empathy and spark conversation in ways that words alone cannot. Documentary photography has historically been crucial in raising awareness and inspiring change. From Dorothea Lange's haunting images of Dust Bowl migrants in the 1930s to the heart-wrenching photographs of modern-day refugee camps, these images can move societies to action. Tips for photographers exploring migration stories. 1. Build relationships. Spend time getting to know the individuals and communities you photograph. Trust and understanding lead to more authentic images. 2. Be patient. Stories unfold over time. Spend days, weeks, or even months documenting the lives of those you photograph. 3. Capture the everyday. While moments of crisis are powerful and quieter, everyday scenes can be just as moving. They remind us of the humanity behind the headlines. 4. Respect privacy. Always seek consent, and be mindful of when to put the camera down. Some moments are too intimate to capture. 5. Tell the whole story. Balance images of struggle with those of hope and success. Migration is not only about hardship, but also about resilience and possibility. Conclusion. Documenting migration and immigration is about more than taking pictures. It's about telling stories of resilience, community, and the universal quest for a better life. As photographers, we can influence how these stories are told and understood. By capturing the complexities of migration with empathy and honesty, we can challenge misconceptions, foster understanding, and remind the world of our shared humanity. The faces of those who journey across borders reflect our hopes, fears, and dreams. Telling their stories reminds us that migration is not just a story of movement, it is a story of life itself. Your turn. Have you documented stories of migration, or do you have experiences you'd like to share? Let's discuss how photography can shed light on these essential stories in the comments. Thank you for listening to this podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe.